Hi everyone, back again. Like I said before, we're going to look into trying to sort this bit. I haven't done anything like this before, so it's going to be a bit strange to do, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. I have got the kit there, which I've ordered online. Hopefully it's right and I can get it sorted. So I can see that we've got two banjo bolts, which I've already seen which the filters go into. So we'll just look on the back, and by the looks at the back, got 4 screws. So we're just going to try and undo them. Oh, tell they haven't been undone for a long time because they are really tight. Hopefully it's right and I can get it sorted. So I can see that we've got 2 banjo bolts, which I've already seen which the filters go into. So we'll just look on the back, and by the looks at the back, got 4 screws. So we're just going to try and undo them. That's the nuts in the top. That's the other screw. Didn't really want that to happen. So we've got a spring and a spring. I believe, from what I've seen before, these go in together. I don't know if you can see that, but it still doesn't look. It looks alright, but it's got some bits in the corners that could do with possibly changing. Right, let's keep that to one side a moment. Let's take a look at this. So from what I understand is that this here is what warms it up. I believe if I undo that nut, there will be a ring underneath here, which is a 10 mil. Just get 10 mil. And then it's a washer, split washer, and a normal washer. I believe you can test these. By all accounts, there is a way of doing it. I don't know how, but I will try and find out and see if I can do it. So, I believe that in here, it's hard to see, but just inside, let's see if I can get a torch. So just inside there is, so that's what we need to test. And in there I need to undo those 4 screws. And then there should be a seal inside. I'll see if I can. Sorry if the light's been rubbish.
It's always one. Right. So, as you can see in there, there's the rubber seal. And then here, take these screws off. Here's the metal plate. So, in my little kit, which is here, it's got rubber seal inside. Put the new seal in, put the new plate in, and then we got 4 new screws. As you can see when I was undoing it, they weren't the greatest. So we just tighten these up. Then we've got to test that, but let's take this rubber out. Get rid of that. A nice new one. I think there's a certain way it's got to go in. No. Right. Come back to that in a minute. So I'm just going to try and knock the heads off of the pins. So then I can use a punch, and then I'm going to punch through the pins that are on there, and then that should release it to be able to get to the inner gasket. The inner gasket doesn't look great, so we'll get into that now. Right, so we've stripped it all down. This seems to be working fine. I've tested it with the multimeter. Seems to be reading okay. Inside here, changed all the rubber seal inside, put new screws in, put all that back together. I've now taken this apart. So these here, I had to knock the heads off at the top of these pins, and then I used a punch to knock them through. They're not too bad to knock out. And then basically just inside you've got this ring, which I am now going to show you, and I will replace out of the new kit that I've got. Obviously, like I say, I've never done this, so it's new to me. Just obviously following what previous people have done. As you can see in the new kit as well, I've got this gasket and the new metal rings and that. So we're gonna take this apart as well. But the gasket don't look too bad. Obviously, it's been in there a while, so it's definitely different to what that one is. But so we'll give that a go and change that over. So now I've taken the heads off. I've managed to get the punch and knock through the pins, which has got the inner gasket. As you can see, the inner gasket doesn't look great. It looks a bit worn away on the edges, a bit cut and rough. So lucky enough, in the kit, I got a brand new gasket. I'm going to put that in. It comes with the little rings and that, so then obviously I can put that in first before I secure it down, so then the outer gasket can go on, and then basically sit the O-ring back on. And then it comes with screws and nuts, so then you can put the screws through the little holes and then put the nuts on the back, and then when it's done, just get a bit of maybe Loctite or anything like that and just put it on, just so then obviously it just keeps those nuts and screws together so it doesn't come undone inside. So now we've got the new inner diaphragm in, new bolts and nuts, which is where the pins were originally to. So now we move on to the next bit. So now we're going to do the gasket. This is the O-ring. So the O-ring goes down with a flat face in upwards, so then it doesn't dig into the bottom of the gasket. sit the gasket on and line it up. As you can see, there's a thread poking out. That's for the nut in a bit, just to secure it. And then we're going to now line that up. And then we're going to put the next O-ring on. Again, flat side facing down, so it doesn't go into the gasket and damage the gasket. And then we're going to put the nut onto it. Make sure that it goes on, but not too tight. Tight enough to give it a bit of compression, but not too much, so then we're going to damage the gasket. It doesn't need to be done up with a spanner or anything like that. Just hand tight would be enough. Just do it until it starts to pull it, and then just slightly come back, and that should be enough. And then just make sure the holes are lined up, and so then when it's all put back together, we can get the bolts back in, and we're not going to damage the gasket with the bolts fixing it back together. It is a little bit fiddly to sort of move around, but once you've got it there, it's not too bad. So now I'm just going to get the screwdriver, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock that into the side of the threads. So then that way, hopefully, the nut won't loosen up and come off. Right, now we've done that, we can put all the springs back in. Make sure that you put the little pin in the hat inside, and then the little spring and the big spring, and then the bit that we've just done now with the gaskets, we're now going to sit that on top. And then press it together. Just making sure that the spring's lined up. So then obviously the top bit, when it goes on, it sits into there's like a little groove in it. So the spring should sit inside that. I'll take it off and show you the springs in the pin. So as you can see, just adjust the pins there. Small spring, big spring. And then we're going to sit it back together, and hopefully that'll line up a little bit better. So now we've done that, we can now line that gasket back up again. Like I said, the gasket moves a little bit, just move it over slightly, just so then we don't damage it. And then we can put the bottom piece back on. Now I've heard that you can drill the bottom of these, so then it gives you an easier access to get to the Allen key bolt that's inside, so you can tweak it, but I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. And then I've got new bolts to fix them together. Let's say the kit comes with pretty much everything you need. So just inside there is a filter. It's quite hard to sort of try and show you on the camera. Just make it out inside. So I've got these two new ones. Obviously I only need one, and that will go in to one of the banjo bolts, which will be this one. The filter is sit inside that, and then back into there. So I'm just going to try and get this out now, and then put a new one in. I managed to get them out. As you can see, they're all pretty, they're not too bad to be fair, but so all I've done is basically got a small filter and then put it into there, and then into the hole. So that's it, finally complete. Fingers crossed it works. So now we're going to go and put it back onto the car. Well, no, actually first what we'll do is we'll clean it up, give it a quick clean, and then we'll put it back onto the car. So that's the warm-up regulator all done. We're looking at the next video of putting it onto the car and taking the next bit of the injection system apart. These has come out, so obviously we've got the new bolts, all a nice new, everything seems to be sealed okay.
and then we've got a couple of bolts, which is bolted to the car and connect all the pipework back up. And then, like I said, we'll look at doing the other part of the injection system, and take that apart, try and put some new seals on that inside. Hopefully it will solve it and make the car run a lot better, providing I do it correctly, of course. But thank you all for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.